Hello viewers of this channel. Today we're gonna explore the short history of the Wright brothers. So stay tuned and stay with us. Wilbur and Orville Wright were American inventors and pioneers of aviation. In 1903, the Wright brothers achieved the first powered, sustained and controlled airplane flight. They surpassed their own milestone 2 years later when they built and flew the first fully practical airplane. For now, our contents will cover early life, developing the airplane, fame, death and legacy of the engineers. Okay then, let's begin with the early life of the Wright brothers. Wilbur Wright was born on April 16, 1867, near Millville, Indiana. He was the middle child in a family of 5 children. His father, Milton Wright, was a bishop in the Church of the United Brethren in Christ. His mother was Susan Catherine Coroner. As a child, Wilbur's playmate was his younger brother, Orville Wright, who was born in 1871. Milton Wright's preaching took him on the road frequently, and he often brought back small toys for his children. In 1878, he brought back a small model helicopter for his boys, made of cork, bamboo and paper, and powered by a rubber band to twirl its blades. The model was based on a design by the French aeronautical pioneer Alphonse Pinard. Fascinated by the toy and its mechanics, Wilbur and Orville would develop a lifelong love of aeronautics and flying. Wilbur was a bright and studious child and excelled in school. His personality was outgoing and robust, and he made plans to attend Yale University after finishing high school. In the winter of 1885 to 86, an accident changed the course of Wilbur's life when he was badly injured in an ice hockey game when another player's stick hit him hardly in his head. Though most of his injuries healed, the incident plunged Wilbur into a depression. He did not receive his high school diploma and he forced to cancel plans to join college, and he retreated to his family's home. Wilbur spent much of this period at home, reading books in his family's library and caring for his ailing mother Susan Coroner, who died in 1889 of tuberculosis. In 1889, the brothers started their own newspaper, the West Side News. Wilbur edited the paper, and Orville was the publisher. The brothers also shared a passion for bicycles, a new craze that was sweeping the country. In 1892, Wilbur and Orville opened a bike shop, fixing bicycles and selling their own design, developing the airplane, always working on different mechanical projects and keeping up with scientific research. The Wright brothers closely followed the research of German aviator Otto Lilienthal. When Lilienthal died in a glider crash, the brothers decided to start their own experiments with flight. Determined to develop their own successful design, Wilbur and Orville headed to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, which is known for its strong winds. Wilbur and Orville set to work trying to figure out how to design wings for flight. They observed that birds angled their wings for balance and control, and they tried to emulate this. From this point of view, they developed a concept called a wing warping. When they added a movable rudder, the Wright brothers found they had the magic formula. On December 17, 1903, they succeeded in flying the first free-controlled flight of a power-driven heavier-than-air plane. Wilbur flew their plane for 59 seconds over a distance of 852 feet, which is an extraordinary achievement in that time. The Wright brothers soon found that their success was not appreciated by all, especially by the press, as well as fellow flight experts, who were reluctant to believe the brothers' claims at all. As a result, Wilbur set out for Europe in 1908, where he hoped he would have more success convincing the public and selling airplanes. Fame. In France, Wilbur found a much more receptive audience. He made many public flights and gave rides to officials, journalists, and statesmen. In 1909, Orville joined his brother in Europe, as did their younger sister Catherine. The Wrights became huge celebrities there, hosted by royals and heads of state, and constantly featured in the press. The Wrights began to sell their airplanes in Europe before returning to the United States in 1909. The brothers became wealthy businessmen, filling contracts for airplanes in Europe and the United States. Wilbur and Orville always took shared credit for their innovations and maintained a close relationship throughout their lives. Behind the scenes, however, there was a division of labor. With his sharp instincts, Wilbur was the business mind and executive of the operation, serving as the president of the Wright Company. Death and legacy. Wilbur fell ill on a trip to Boston in April 1912. He was diagnosed with typhoid fever and died on May 30th at his family home in Dayton, Ohio. After 36 years, and his younger brother Orville died in his hometown Dayton, Ohio in 1948 at the age of 77. Event though, death is given to all humanity. The legacy of those megaminds will live forever. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you like the content of my channel. Stay safe.